Welcome to another edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on the Bayern Farm. Alright, so we got a couple things going on today. First of all, we have 400 pigs. How ridiculous is that? Yeah, they just stack up so quickly it's not even funny. So, anyways, we got 400 pigs, and I believe, yes, our silage is done, so we got to deal with that. So let's just bring this tractor over here. So we got to deal with the silage today. We have to deal with something else. Let me just put this in place. Whoa, 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 whoa. That should be good. We also have, our field needs to be harvested. It is. We're harvesting barley this time around. We're going to drop the straw again this time. I'm not going to subject you to me picking up the straw once again, but what I will do is I will use Courseplay to pick up the straw. That's probably what we're going to do this time. So I'm going to need to do a windrow first. Or use the windrower first. Which is fine. It shouldn't be too bad to do that. It would use more fuel up technically, but it saves me having to do it myself. There we go. So let's load this guy up as unload field 38, like so. So what I did off camera is I finished seeding that field, and I dealt with the... There we go. I don't think this has wither wheels on it. Let's just do this. Here we go. So I dealt with the manure situation. Where is it? Truck. I dealt with the manure situation, and I put it in the bunker here. So I just moved it into a bunker. And the only reason why I did that was just to make it easier to have access to it. So the weird thing about this particular bunker, it's actually, you can see a little bit right here. But if I were to move it, it would be have a huge... I don't know if I can see it around the outside, but you can, underneath it there's a huge layer of manure, or the plane starts way down there, which is kind of strange actually, so I don't know. Alright, so he is unloading, this is good, so we actually need to do this. We need to get into our truck, and we need to unload, or take a load of silage down to the BGA. Yes, this is the right way. Had a momentary lapse of reason there. I was like, is this the right way? Yes, it is. Good. So we have that, and let's just line this up here, like so. Get it nice and close to there. That should be close enough. Yes, good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow, I'm stuck here between these. That's funny. Alright, so we're going to deal with that, and we need to start thinking about dealing with the pigs as well, because we do have 400 pigs that we need to deal with at some point, so we're going to have to wait for that. So a couple of the options that we have available to us to sell our pigs are, where is it? In Tippers, I think it is. Let's take a quick peek there for a second. In Tippers. It's like I must have passed it. Oh no, there they are. Good. Where are we here? Tippers. Now we have that option, which holds 40 for 50,000. Not worth it. This is 55,000. It holds 200, which is quite a big number of pigs. This one holds 100 pigs, and it's 60,000. So this one is a bit silly. I know that for a fact. And this one I've used. It's a bit silly, but not as silly as this one. So we're gonna try and aim for this. So this is 60,000 for that. I need to move this just a little bit here. There we go. It's always funny to try and adjust it just slightly, just to make sure it does what it's supposed to do and unloads it into the into our semi there. I think the semi's full. Yes, he is. So let's just turn off the Ford and take a little jaunt down to the BGA. And I can do this. Don't know where the next... Oops. Don't want to do that. If we set this up... Oh, that was close. I think it's somewhere around here. Is this going to just unload it? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, he's just going to unload it. I don't want to unload yet. I want him just to continue back to the BGA. There we go. So I'll set him to stop at the last point, and we'll see where we go from there. So I did obviously, excuse me, fertilize the rest of this field, and I seeded the rest of this field off camera just to make sure it got done. So because of that, I got to experience seeding that field once again. But we do need to look at how to make some more money. We're making some money. How much did we make? So I guess that's how much money we made from our milk yesterday. So we're not really making a crazy amount from our milk at this point. We do have 60 cows, mind you. So yeah, that's the only income we really had yesterday. It was a positive income, mind you, which is good. So that means that we're producing enough to actually make some money, but it is a small amount of money rather than a really large amount of money. So we may need to rethink our plan just a little bit. Now, are there any great demands coming up in the near future that we can capitalize on? Canola, not sure what the second one says, and then canola again. So maybe we should plant some canola after this harvest is done, because then we can get a good chunk of change for that as well. Alright, so he's turning there. Good. So we're just riding along with our Kenworth at the moment while he takes the trip down to the BGA. The reason why I'm just tagging along at this point in time is because I will need to take control at a certain point and actually unload it manually, because this is more meant for unloading the mixed rations, but it's nice because you got a route going down to the BGA, so you don't have to do it every single time, which is nice. Alright. Now while it's doing that, we could actually sell this. We haven't used it yet. But I'm a little reluctant to sell it just because we may use it for something else. Beets isn't worth it. How much money? 185,000. An extra 15,000 won't help us at all. Now we could sell some of the silage. We could sell some of the silage again, but we're trying to avoid doing that too often. Because it's kind of, I don't know, it feels like a bit of a cop-out. I don't know why, but that's just my personal feeling at least. So I try not to do it that much, but it is an effective way of making money in this game, especially if you're going to focus on just your cows or just animals. So what we probably should do is invest in some more cows. And that would be probably, I don't know, if we just look at our finances once again, insert is what I'm looking for, there we go. So we made that much on Tuesday on the map, but we spent a lot as well on various things. And I think that must be how much we made from milk the other day. So we're not losing too much from vehicle running costs or livestock expenses, but we definitely are losing a little bit. So we need to keep that in mind. So it's hard to say how much, this is the one downfall of using just cows, it's hard to say how much income your cows are bringing in alone, because they don't break it down by, you know, this is how much money you made from your pigs, this is how much money you made from your cows. Well, pigs are a bit more obvious maybe, just because you have to go and sell them and you can see it go up. Whereas cows, it just happens and then you don't realize. So that is one of the odd scenarios of it. Now the other funny thing is we don't want to, we do when we don't want to sell our pigs. We do want to sell our pigs because we want to make money from our pigs, but we don't want to sell them because if we do, we won't be generating very much liquid manure, which we need to fertilize our fields. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't, sort of thing. Ah, well. What other options do we have available to us? Do we need a combine? No, our combine is a good size. Don't need another front loader. We do need a seeder, which is even more money. Unfortunately for us, where are they? So the one I was looking at was this one, which is 130,000. So we're still, based on that, we're still 100,000 short, basically. For that, yeah, that's a lot of money. Wow, jeez, 100,000 short. Now we could buy some more cows and double down on cows to see if we can get some more money from them. That's definitely one option. Another option could be selling some silage in order to make some money. And that's technically not buying another field. So that would be kind of sticking to the 4-field rule, so to speak. Well, actually, we don't have 4 fields anymore. We only have, actually, we only have 1 field now that I think about it. Field management. Yeah, we only have 1 field now. So we could consider buying another field as well. That's another possibility. But even the fields are more expensive. So that's another thing to consider. So many considerations. Alright, so this would be the next biggest seeder. That's 5 meters, but you need to cultivate then, which means we would need a cultivator. The next one above this one is this one, which actually doesn't cultivate, and this one which does, at 9 meters, which requires 330 horsepower, which we have. But if we're going to spend 116,000, we might as well go the extra 3 meters on the other track, on the other seeder, basically. Oh goodness, decisions. Alright, I think we need to adjust this. Yeah, there we go. So we could, I think what we're gonna have to do is, so we don't buy any more. So we don't get another loan out. Basically, it seems like we may have to sell some of the silage as a way of making money, because we just simply don't make enough money just from our cows. Now, technically, if you were a dairy farmer, you would probably have some extra feed that you could theoretically sell, which is what this is for, basically. This is the extra feed I have for my cows, I'll call it, because my cows are fed at the moment. They're good to go. They don't need any more feed at the moment. So I could consider this as selling the silage as a way of, making some extra side cash, which some farmers do. Like, I know farmers, for example, who don't even have animals, but they plant hay crops and whatnot and do all that jazz, just because there are farmers who do need silage and whatnot. Alright. Should we top off our cows? What are they at for silage? 5 days worth still, so they're good. So let's take this down to the BGA. I don't want to go there, because that's going to do the same thing again. Do we have any silage in there? No, we don't. Silage isn't too difficult to make, so let's go ahead and sell this, just so we can make a bit more money. What we'll do is set him to stop at the last point. Oh my goodness. It's like I haven't slept at all today or something. I did go to the auto show in Toronto yesterday, so that might be part of the reason. We drove down and came back all in one day, basically, which is a lot of driving. For those of you who don't know how long that is, it's about 350 or 400 kilometers in a day, basically. I think it's close to 300 or 350 kilometers. It's one way, so it was about 900 kilometers or 800 to 900 kilometers return. So we left at like 5 in the morning to go there, and then came back at midnight, basically. Good. So how much wheat do we have now? Probably only 6,000, I imagine. Yeah, that's all it is. So we do need to keep an eye on that as well. So when he finishes the field, we'll be able to sell some of that and make some money off that as well. But as you remember, it won't be a lot. 400 pigs. Now the question is, what's going to be the breaking point for the number of pigs we have versus the amount of liquid slurry they produce? Because if we don't produce enough liquid slurry, then we're going to have to run into other problems. And it seems like 70 to 80,000 liters is about the sweet spot. Let's just walk through the grass here. Take a look at the combine doing its thing in the shade. Yeah, so it seems like about 70 to 80,000 liters is about the right amount of silage. Oh my goodness, I really am. I must be tired. Oh, I can't get my facts straight. There's enough liquid slurry for our field here. So, and I believe 39 was expensive. Yeah, 200,000, and 37 was even more expensive at 500,000. So those aren't happening anytime soon. Now we could do 39 if it came on auction. That's a possibility. But as of right now, it hasn't, obviously. So, well, if it has, I wouldn't be able to afford it anyways. I don't think, because we haven't been exactly rolling in money. So, one of the downfalls, I suppose, of trying to do that all via dairy and pigs, I guess. All right, so we need to do this really weird thing right here where we just back up to. Whoops! What the heck did I hit? Oh, did I really hit those pipes that hard? Or those engines, I guess they are? Wow, that's crazy. So I need to do this really weird thing here where I kind of just back up. Technically, I think what you're supposed to be able to do is just back up straight to the grates there. But I think the trigger is not set in the right point, unfortunately, so. So we are making a little bit of money from this. That was 47,000 liters, and we made. Oh, that's how much we've made. 17, 20,000 or so. So I think this is how much money we've made from our cows so far, $950. So just to give you an idea of how much money we make on one versus the other. Yeah, so you do the math on that and say, just decide which one's a bit better. Oh man. Nearest course, there we go. So obviously, cows it really depends on the map. It seems like some maps the cows produce a crazy amount of, well, they give you a crazy amount of money from them, but other times not so much. So we're running at 100% efficiency, so we're producing the maximum amount of milk minus what we would get from water, I suppose. But the unfortunate thing there is that I've not been able to give my cows water, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Now, which one of these is just sitting around? He's kind of doing something. He's kind of doing something. Where is it? 4? There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this guy up. We might as well, because he's just sitting around, and we can. Oh, I was just like, did it not start? It's preheating. That's why I couldn't hear anything. I'm like, what the heck? So we're going to set this guy up to cut down the grass, and I believe our Moco is just up here. Now this would be a ridiculous amount of horsepower to use on this particular implement. If I could use the Ford, I would. And the reason I don't is because it's a front loader, and the tractor, that's the only tractor that I can use that can vary belt. So, kind of locked in for that one. Nope, not for seeding. We need to grass mow. Perfect. Set it to field work. First point, let's just sneak through here. So if we want to keep this farm running, we may have to sell some silage once in a while. just because of the way we're playing. We may have to sell silage. Whoa, that's a little quick. Slow her down there. Jeez. I must have turned it up. And I had it doing another task. Alright, so let him do that. And where's that truck? No, 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 don't go back yet. We need to grab some more silage first. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get enough money. How much was that? 200,000 for 39? Yikes. Are there any fields that are less than that? 11? Where's 11? Way down here. Well, it's by the BGA maybe. What about 17? 17's 125. Well, could do that too, I suppose. That is a possibility. Someone suggested that I use the JF harvester on the corn there for silage. I don't know if that particular one works. We could test it out, I suppose. I don't think it works like that for that particular crop like that. I know the Kid Forge harvester works like that, but I don't know if that one does. So I'll have to check that out. If you recall from last episode, somebody suggested, or someone gave me the words in English and what they were in German. And I have his name up here. It's Dend, or Dendi maybe is how you pronounce his name. I'm not sure. So thank you very much, sir. That was very helpful. And just for everyone else's purposes, Belladung means load. Einlagerung means store. Dunger is fertilizer. Mist is manure, and Gull, G-U-L-L, is liquid manure slurry. So, for anybody else who's wondering, that's what it is. It's in episode 1, season 5. If you're wondering where that was posted, he posted that a couple days ago, and I just wanted to thank him once again because that is extremely helpful. And I brought it up. I made sure it was up this time so I could make reference to what the proper names were. So actually, now that we know the proper names and they're up right now, let's just take a quick little peek. Oops. Over on the other side of the barn there, just to see what's what. Alright, let's move this Kenworth back a little bit here. Perfect. And apparently I may have to pick the Bobcat up eventually because this is a little silly to maneuver with this. It's not quite as agile as a Bobcat to do what I wanted to do, but it is functioning, quote unquote, for now. Alright, so let's set this guy down to the BJA once again, and we'll sell another little half load here. And then we should have enough money to buy something, potentially. There we go, like so. And let's just take a bit. Why is it in traffic? Oh, it's getting in the way of the class there. Alright, he's doing a good job, making some good progress. Excellent. I want you to come over here. So I'm going to actually unload the pig's manure as well. So what we can do is, at some point we can buy a solid manure spreader as well, and then set it up so he automatically refills from that right there. I don't know where that truck is going. He's doing not a U-turn, but it's making his way around. Now I hope that this won't unload the bunker. I'm not sure. It is possible that it could do it actually. So I'm not sure. But we'll have to wait till this guy gets back to see how that works out. I don't know. The one problem I discovered that on this particular map, like trying to play just making money from milk, you don't make a whole lot of money, unfortunately, so it does limit your options in terms of cash growth, or how much money you actually can make if you rely solely on cows. Now I suppose I could go into sheep as well, but honestly I have no idea where the sheep are on this map, and I don't like dealing with the bales very much either, so. And they really don't make that much money, so. Yeah, 50,000. We could actually buy some more cows for 50,000. That is another possibility. And if we were to do that, then we would like to get more milk, but not necessarily a lot more money, which is the downfall in this particular case. So it's like, well, what do? Do you buy more cows and make more money from your cows, or do you diversify a little bit more? It seems like we may have to diversify a bit more based on the amount of money we're getting from what we're doing, basically. So otherwise it's going to be a bit of a slow going process. Alright, let's just back her up here. And now that we have silage in our mixing plant, we'll be able to get some more mixed rations as well. We're not going to be able to unload all this, I don't think. Oh, yeah, I didn't think so. Just hop out, progress time an hour. We should be able to, perfect, unload the rest of it. Good. And basically what happens is it takes a while for it to process all of the solid manure and whatnot, or takes a while for it to process the silage. Now this should show, yeah, so it's got 56,000 in it. So we haven't sold that much silage, but if we were to, we would definitely be able to fill that puppy up like we've done in the past. So, all right, he's doing that. He's doing that. Excellent. Good. Making some good progress. So once he gets back, I'm going to see what that, how this is going to work out for us, unloading this, or at least trying to unload it once again. So if I can get on the roof this way, I'm sure I could. If I took the time to do a little bit of jumping, I'm sure we could get on the roof. Don't know why I want to go on the roof. Different perspective of the farm, I guess, but oh well. Come on, Kenworth. Now, do we have any other options? I think the cedar is probably the next big thing. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure what the next big thing should be. I guess in the reality it should be more cows. Or the cedar. One of the two. Because our current slurry tanker is fine. But we do want to get the Zune hammer as well, so many choices. This does to 20 meters, and we can add things like this, which takes it down to 15 meters, but you use less. So this says minimizing nutrition losses, or this, which is a cultivator / liquid manure injector. So that's a possibility as well. But I haven't actually used the Zune hammer very much, so that is one of the things we're considering. Nope. I'm going to take control of you once again. And let's go see how this works again with the pigs over here. So last time, if you recall, this was just unloading. It was unloading what was in the placeable heap pile for whatever reason. For whatever reason, this particular manure pile just does not want to cooperate at all. Like the fact that I have to do what I just did there. Yeah, it's going down, it looks like. That's good. Basically just ran into the the manure pile, and that's how it's going to be. That's how it's working. But at least it's working, I guess. I'd rather it work like the bunker, where I can just, you know, or not the bunker, the placeable heaps, where it's a nice, just it's a nice, easy, just pop it in there, and it's not a problem basically. But with this, you really got to. I don't know why they have it set up that way, but it is. All right, there we go, like so. Excellent. And can we get the last 14,000 liters? Ah. Maybe. Maybe. So if I move the truck, maybe, we might be able to get the last little bit. Have to move it closer, apparently. And the reason why we're doing this is because we can, like I said, get a solid manure spreader and try and use some of the solid manure for fertilizing our field, so we get a full field fertilized, because we have been missing like a strip or two basically off of what we've been fertilizing with slurry. So oh my goodness. Yeah, the rest of that can just stay there. That's not worth it. Let's just say that. Alright, so the way these bunkers work over here is, just turn around here quickly. The way these bunkers work is you can, ideally it's on flat surface, but here it's out of the way at least, so. As you can see, there's the bunker side, so I'm just going to go right here and then back up into the bunker right here, and it should come up with a tip sign soon. Sometimes you have to do a little bit of fiddling around to get it to go where you want it to go, but for the most part it's not so bad. See? There you go. And then it fills. I think you can check the fill level over here, I think it is. Maybe not. But as you can see right there, it's slowly filling up. And this thing holds, I think it's 100 tons, so it holds a crazy amount of solid manure or grain, whatever you want to put into it, basically. So it is a cool little mod. I wish it were replaceable, but it is not. So I'm going to stop the episode there. I'm going to let that guy finish up. He's almost done anyways. I let him finish up, and then we'll come back next episode and deal with the straw and deal with a couple other things. Alright, so my name's Ian Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013, and we're playing on the Bayard Farm. Catch you guys later.